Today I'm going to be taking a look at another Anbernic handheld retro gaming device. This one is the RG353V, and it just barely falls into the budget handheld category. It's a little more pricey than some of the other budget handhelds, but in terms of performance, you're getting quite a lot. It runs Android 11 as well as Linux. But how well does the 353V stack up? Let's find out. Inside the box, you have the handheld itself. It comes with a USB Type-C cable for charging as well as data transfer. Comes with some paperwork and an optional screen protector. Under the hood, it's sporting an RK3566. It's got 2 GB of DDR4 RAM and has a 3500 mAh battery. Design-wise, it's kind of what we come to expect from a lot of these vertical retro handhelds. It's got 4 face buttons, a directional pad, start and select. It's got 2 analog sticks that are clickable with an L3 and R3, and over on the back you have 4 shoulder buttons. On the top side you have a 3.5mm headphone jack, HDMI output, and a USB Type-C port. This one over on the top is actually used as an OTG port. Over on the bottom you have another USB Type-C port, and this one's actually used for charging the console. Over on the other side is where you'll find the power, the reset, and the 2 SD card slots, one for the operating system and the other for expandable storage. This version comes with a little shy of 30,000 games. Powering it up, the menu seems to be really clean and organized. The console seems to go as high as PSP and Dreamcast emulation, and actually has a pretty decent PSP library. Dreamcast only came with 4 games, but all of those 4 games seem to run really good. I put about a good 2 hours into Dreamcast play, and I didn't encounter any issues. Now, where I feel this thing really starts to stand out is with its N64 performance. It not only comes with an awesome library of N64 games, all of the games seem to run top notch. Even some games that are notoriously difficult to emulate on some lower powered machines, the 353V didn't seem to have any issues handling. I feel like low-key that's what this handheld was made for. A lot of the others in the budget category really struggle with N64 or just simply don't have it at all. This handheld not only has N64 emulation, but plays it really well and has a really impressive library. And of course, all of your 8-bit and 16-bit emulation ran really good. Now, switching this thing over to Android mode, it doesn't have Play Store access already built in, which is slightly disappointing. Of course, there's a few workarounds to that, but it's actually not a bad way to play some low resource demanding Android games. And having an additional media device lying around is a huge plus as well. So the RG353V. I have to say this thing is an excellent bang for your buck, but at its current price point, I don't know if I consider this a real budget handheld. I don't know about you guys, but to me, budget is anything $100 or less. And while this handheld is great, I feel like you're almost better off upping a little bit more cash and getting much more power. Now that doesn't take away from the fact that this is still a really badass handheld, but who exactly is this thing made for? I feel like this is made for someone who really wants a solid pocket N64 that's capable of dabbling in PSP and Dreamcast as well. This handheld also makes a decent budget Android device. I installed my streaming apps on this thing and it makes an excellent travel companion without having to drain the battery from my phone. I feel like there's pros and cons to all of these current handheld emulation consoles, and it's a matter of finding the right one for you. If you guys are interested in the RG353V, I'll put links in the description below. Until next time, this is Ness, signing out.